Hey, Mike with Mike's Bags, and today I have the Game Changer Evolution by AllCornhole, and this is a little bit of a different type of review. I know you're probably thinking, didn't I already review this bag? And I did. I reviewed this 3.0s from not so long ago. I'll put a link in the description to that video, as well as at the end of this video, I'll have a link as well. You can click on. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. But after I did the review, AllCornhole was nice enough to send me a complete set of all the different size patches that they have for these Evolution bags so that I could compare the different speeds and tell you a little bit more about each bag and how each bag plays, so you have a better idea of which bag or which sets of bags to get when you're looking to purchase some. So I can't thank AllCornhole enough for that. So shout out to them for sending me that complete set. And in this review, I am not really going to it's not a typical review. I'm not going to break down the template, the fill, the materials like I normally do. Again, I did that when I did this 3.0 review. I broke down the entire bag about the amount of fill, the type of fill, the template, and every one of these bags has the exact same materials, the same template, the same fill. The only difference is the patch size, right? So you see different patch size, 2.5, a 3, a 3.5, a 4, and then a 4.5. They have 5 different size patches out there. So let's go ahead. I'm going to talk a little bit about and kind of compare how I feel like these bags play, where I think these bags are best used, what types of players I think would be best suited for which bags, and how to choose which one you're looking for. So we're going to go ahead and dive in here. And I've got a video of me throwing all the different ones. As I throw them, I'll put the number of which bag I'm throwing so you can kind of keep track of them. I tried to find a good way to visually show you the different speeds. It's just hard to do because subconsciously, when I don't know about you, when I'm throwing a bag, if I know I've got a fast bag in my hand, I throw a little bit higher arc, a little higher loft, a little softer landing bag, as opposed to when I've got a slower bag, I'm gonna throw a little harder. And it was hard for me to it was hard for me to throw the exact same throw at all the bags to give you a really good look at this. Now, towards the end of this review, I have a clip where I threw one of each bag, as well as I think my first bag was the slick side, and then I threw one of each size patch, trying to give you a little bit of an idea and to show you a little bit of the differences. It's hard to tell, but I will tell you, when I was throwing these bags, there is a distinguishable difference between the size of patches, and they all play a little bit differently. We'll start here with this 2.5. This is the smallest patch, fastest bag that they have. In this bag, it's honestly, this 2.5 patch doesn't slow this material down that much. It's a slight difference. So to me, this fast side is like an 8.5. Some people call it 9. Some people call it a 10. It's a fast material. Right? It's fast. It slides the board in most conditions. You add this 2.5 patch on there, and I would say it slows down. To me, this plays maybe like an 8. It's kind of that 7.5 to 8 range. It's still a faster bag. Like, to me, this bag compares in material-wise and play-wise to like the Ultra Psycho. Psycho has the same fast side, has the same slow side. They just have those speed control dots. So the dots, the Game Changer AllCornhole put this patch on here to slow it down just ever so slightly. I do like the patch better because the speed control dots wear off, and eventually that Psycho becomes a one-sided bag. Right? You had the same material, same speeds on both sides. This patch still, it will wear, but not the same. So you're gonna have a variance or a difference in speeds throughout the life of the bag. Love that. So you're looking at about an 7.5, 8 slow side to an 8.5-ish fast side. It was 2.5 patch. The 3 patch I reviewed that, I call this about a 7 on the slow side. I still think it's a 7, maybe just a hair above a 7, so between a 7 and 7.5. It plays, but you're looking like this bag to me would be comparable to like the all slides, the regular all slides, or the Fire Incinerator, the Titan Devastator. Something where it has that 7-speed slow side, that slider wrap material fast side, and then you have this same fast side on there. You had that same control, that same speed on there that you would have. So to me, this is like a 7, maybe just a hair of 7 plus, hair over a 7 with this 8.5 fast side. So it's still a faster bag. Now, as you start stepping down, here's where the control starts coming. To me, this 3.5-inch patch, this is where I first felt like I had some control in the bag, as far as being able to throw a blocker occasionally, get this bag to slow down if I wanted to. It's still a very hole-friendly bag. And both these two bags just drip in the hole. I mean, the patch doesn't really hold the bag up on the hole at all. They're going to melt in the hole. You get them up there. This material is wonderful. This bead feels wonderful. These bags just melt in the hole. Same as 3.5, it still melts in the hole just like those do, which is the beauty of the Game Changer, right? Is you've got this wonderful material that's hole friendly on both sides, and then you just slow it down so this patch in the middle. Now, this 3.5 to me, you're going down to maybe like a 6.5, let's say, on this. So this reminds me a lot of like the Costello, right? The Costello has the same Game Changer fast side material, but it uses that slider wrap material, but it's flipped over. So you take that all slides and you flip the slow side material. That was the Costello, which is plays like a 6.5. So this is where I felt like I was starting to get down to here. Like I could, it's still a bag. I'm running hole for hole, 3.5. I'm going hole for hole. I'm putting bags in the hole most time. But if I need to throw a blocker from time to time, I can do it. It's still, like I said, it's still going to drip in the hole. It's a wonderful but controllable mid-speed to fast-speed bag, right? I call this a mid-speed, slow, fast-speed on the fast side there, right? And then we get to the 4. Now is where I started to feel like I could play more of a control style game. This becomes more like a 5.5 speed slow side. This is where I felt like if I had to compare this is comparable to like a Surefire to me, or maybe even like the original Game Changer, right? The original Game Changer, this 4 patch is pretty close to, in my mind, somewhere around this 4.0 is where that original Game Changer, the slow side. So if you're familiar with that, that's about where you're getting here. But also, to me, this plays a lot like that Surefire slow, where the Surefire is at 5 on the slow side, but it has the same Game Changer material at 8.5 on the fast side. So again, I feel like this is where you start getting to that controllable material. Now, the advantage of this over the Surefire is that Surefire material does hang on the hole. It does kick. You know, it doesn't play that well in humidity. With this bag, you're still going to... This is where I think the bags first started to hang a little bit. Not as much as that Surefire material does, but they were still very collectible. You've got this bead filler here that wants to cascade in. If a bag was hanging, they were very easy to push through and collect the next bag. So I don't really want to say it's not hole friendly, but it's the first time that I felt like I could throw a blocker when I wanted to, put a blocker where I wanted to the board. I could still come through. I could collect on the slow side of this bag, but you could definitely flip it over and collect this fast side. Now, these Game Changers are all, to me, designed more for getting around bags and going through. I've always talked about Game Changers as being, because they do kind of according up. They're wonderful when your opponent has a blocker that you kind of smash into them, bully their bag away, and put your bag in. And that's what, to me, a Game Changer shines. It's not throwing blockers and collecting bags, but getting around bags and leaving the bags for your opponent. You know, this bag is and this one too, wonderful at getting around bags and dripping the hole and leaving those blockers there. This to me is a bag where I start pulling out when boards get fast, conditions get fast, and you know, it's just too fast for some of the other bags. Now I pull this out, I can still play the hole for hole game and not have to change anything else about the bag. But it's also, if I do want to play a control style game, I want to play a little bit of a mix between blocking and going hole for hole. This 4.0 is wonderful for that. Or if you're a little bit harder thrower and you don't really like the faster bags, you want a bag you control, this is definitely an option. And honestly, I like the patch, just the round template of the patch here, the round nature of the patch, and the edges just seem a little bit better of some of the patch than the original Game Changer. Like, I don't really seem like I have the issue when I hold this bag. To me, the problem with the Game Changer I always had was that patch. It's just a weird feeling patch. And it just, I don't know, something was always felt different when I was throwing it. I don't have as much, like I don't feel the stitches as much. You can still feel the material change. It's not a big deal. So, if you like the original Game Changer, I would say get the 4.0. It's going to play a lot like it. It's just a little bit smaller template, a little fuller bag, a little different feel to it. But I think that's going to play as close if you like the speed of that. Now, the 4.5, this is where you really have control of this bag. This is where this to me... So people all the time ask me, hey, Mike, what's a great carpet bag that's hole friendly, or a great 4-speed bag that's hole friendly? I always say there isn't one, but it doesn't exist, right? If you get a bag that's a 4-speed or a carpet material that's slow, something that has control, you can throw a block, the reason that it's controllable and slow is because it sticks on the board, has a ton of friction, and it doesn't, and therefore that kind of leads to it not being hole friendly, right? Well, this is kind of that carpet bag play. Like, it's probably not a 4. It's more like, even that 4, it plays like a 4.5, 4.5 to 5. It's not quite as slow as a traditional carpet bag. This almost plays, if I were to put this in a range, I would say this is something like a Wizard, where you had that herringbone carpet and then you have this still the same fast side material. It's somewhere in that range where that herringbone carpet plays like a 5, maybe a touch slower at times. I feel like that's kind of where we're getting at. So that 4.0 to 4.5, you're kind of in that 4.5, 5 to 5.5 speed range. This is very controllable. You can put blockers where you want. You can still collect them. I think for a bag of this speed, it is still very hole friendly. Now, I did have more and more bags hang on the hole with this as I got out there, but you're going to get that. Again, when you have a stickier bag, more control, it is going to hang. But these bags are wonderful at collecting. When they're hanging in the hole, that's where, if I'm throwing a blocker with a Game Changer, I want it up right at the hole, just in the hole, right around the hole. I don't want a level 2 or 3 blocker, because that's when it becomes hard to collect. Because when you got a level 2 or 3 blocker, again, the bags are fast enough to push through. The problem is the speed of this fast side, it wants to push around. as opposed to, that's why I want this bag up there right in front of the hole or even dripping the hole so I can just come through and collect it. Even when the bags were on the side, it didn't take much, just clip the bag, it would pop right in. So very collectible, yet very controllable. So if you throw a carpet bag and a sticky bag, but you're wanting something that's maybe a little more hole friendly, something a little different, but you still want that control, this 4.5 I think is what you're looking for. This, or even go to the 4.0. These are two bags that you can really control. You can play a dirty style game with them, but yet they still melt in the hole pretty well. So all in all, I mean, the whole collection here, it's a wonderful concept. I love the idea that I can change bags as board conditions change, as weather conditions change, as my opponent just want to. I can change bags without really like each bag, like this 2.5 and 4.5, exact same bag, exact same feel. The difference is the size of that patch. So I can go from a fast bag to a slow controllable bag and not really change the way the bag feels, change the way the bag plays. So and for me, I'm the type of player that I would rather change my bag than change my throw. So I want to keep my throw the same, but I want to be able to change the bag when conditions change. And what I always hate is I get a bag I really like, and I know if I go to change to a faster or slower bag, I'm going to change the feel of the bag. I'm going to change the materials, and maybe I'm hesitant to make that change, and I wait a game or two too late because like I just love the way this bag feels. I don't want to change it. I don't like that bag as much, but I need that bag because I need something that's faster. Well, here with these bags, if I'm throwing a 4.0 and board conditions are just slowing down, I can just go to a 3.0. Now I've got a faster bag, but the bag feels identical, so I don't have to change the way the bag feels. Man, I don't have to hesitate and go, oh, I don't want to go to that other bag because the materials are different. It's the same materials, the same feel. I love that idea. I love the concept. It's the only bag out there that really can do that, right? Because they're not changing the materials, they're changing the patch. Game Changer is the only bag that has that option available. Now, what I would love to see, and I'm going to put a kind of a plea out to AllCornhole and the ACL, what I would love to see is to make it allowable that I can mix and match these bags, and I can take, a 3.0, a 3.5, and maybe a 4.5. So I have a bag, I can throw first bag blocker, and then I've got two bags to kind of push through, replace, push, replace. The last bag, maybe I want to come through and just clean it all up. Like, give me the option to mix and match the different size patches to complete a set, because they're all identical bags, right? They all look the same. It's just the patches that are different. So if the ACL and AllCornhole can make that happen, I think then you truly change the game, because now I can play the same bags but play different styles with each bag I have, or pick and choose what bag I want to use in which conditions. And I think it really adds another level to the game that would just be awesome. Be awesome strategy, awesome to try out. So hopefully they can figure something out. But all in all, I actually really do like these evolution bags. If you're a Game Changer thrower, I think you need to try them out. Again, if you like the speed of the regular Game Changer, go with the 4.0. I think that's the closest you're going to get to a regular Game Changer. Maybe a 3.5. That's I think the 4 points close. If you want something faster, go to one of the faster bags, go to slower bags. I think it's a great concept. I love the idea. I love what they're doing. I love the fact that AllCornhole's kind of said, let's think outside the box. Let's do something different, do something unique. And I love the direction everyone is. I can't wait to see where this evolves to as it keeps growing. So if you have thrown the evolutions, I'd love to hear your feedback on which patch size is your favorite, what your speed range you think they rate at. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, I want to hear it all. If you're looking to pick up a set, it's allcornhole.com. You can pick up a set there. I'll put a link in the description for you guys as well. Go check them out. I thank you guys so much for support, and I thank you for watching.